Good morning. I'm higher vibrations and so are you. There are a lot of ascension symptoms occurring for across the board in a more increased way right now for a lot of people. Please, if you have any concern, seek medical advice, see your doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm showing you what my experience is and those that I engage with regularly. One of the really big things that's just strange for me that just started is this, it almost feels like I'm unable to grasp. It's not that I have lack of strength. It's my understanding of spatial awareness has diminished. It's just been overnight. And we are heading into this really amazing energy space in the next couple of days. And we're here now. And so a lot of things are just noticeably increased in ascension symptom wise. We still have all the dizziness and the ear ringing and stuff like that. There's more going on. This weeping, this purging experience has been like the most profound and pronounced experience for most of us. Not only crying and sadness, just the need to release through tears. And as this releasing is occurring, so is this purging. And so we're purging not just through tears as well as through other things like frequent trips to the bathroom, noticing weird acne and rashes and stuff that have come and gone over the months, really kind of coming back at this time. Crazy weird acne. I'm old enough that I shouldn't have to worry about acne, right? Nope, we have acne sometimes in other parts of the body too. And like, it's a weird experience, as well as skin rashes. It's almost like eczema in a way. And then it's just gone and everything's fine again. A lot of joint related stuff, we're pulling away from density, and the density that we're pulling away from isn't necessarily bad. It's simply not in the same vibrational frequency as we are moving into, so they can't be in the same place anymore as we go up here. So there's like this peeling away of something sticky kind of sensation occurring. And as that's happening, a lot of us are noticing that it's kind of getting stuck momentarily in our joints. Areas in our back are also included in that. Your whole spine is a series of that joint-like energy. And so we're noticing a lot of stuff there. A lot having to do with the jaw joint, the jaw bone space right there in your little, there's a lot of weird sensation, not really painful always. It's simply uncomfortable or just kind of annoying. There's something that needs to pop. Like we feel like our joints need to pop. And that's really what is happening, is we need to pull away from that energy with intention. And it takes its time that it needs to take. All things are as gradual as they need to be to allow for the most positive, beautiful experience and outcome. And that is requiring a lot of patience for many of us. The numbers of people coming online right now, we're feeling it. We're feeling it. And it almost feels like just almost angry, excited energy that's coming up. And I think a lot of that feels like it's got a lot to do with realizing the truths that had been hidden for so long. As you know, we all have done as we've come online, and realizing how many of the things that we were conditioned to believe were complete lies, and so there's that sensation, as well as that anxiety, brief momentary anxiety, even that sensation of impending doom, bursts of rage. Also for me, I'm noticing specifically irritability, and these are coming in these bursts. And that is these moments, these steps, these stairs into the stairway of ascension these people are having. And we're feeling them collectively, for we're all connected. You and I are connected. You're connected to those in your physical field, as well as those we connect with in every way. It's like a big web of energy on this planet. And so as these other individuals come online and wake up, we're feeling that. The answer to that, to send love to it. It's always my answer, and it's always going to be, I believe. Love is the purest, strongest thing in the universe. God is nothing but the purest, most perfect love. A perfection of love that honestly, this this identity can't truly comprehend as the person that I am at this moment. Though the more that we wake up and the more that we lean into these experiences and allow ourselves to be in this place of peace, awe and wonder of a child, that enjoyment of play, the more that these things, they just all make sense. And they all fit into exactly where we know they're supposed to be. Heart chakra activation. So those of you who don't know, you have a second heart. It's an energetic heart on the other side. You're actually perfectly balanced in these these heart chakras. And so a lot of people are having heart murmurs or palpitations, but they're noticing it in the other side, and it's really confusing. The visual representation of energy is starting to come online. As someone perhaps who is watching this video now, who is only just starting to see some of these things, once you have had this experience for a time, you'll often look back and realize that we'd already been seeing these energies and experiencing these energies for quite some time. What's occurring is we were at this vibrational range, and this is a great place to be. And then we moved. And as all things in the all is always in motion, so are we. And so, yes, other things that are vibrating down here are also moving, maybe not moving as rapidly as you are right now. And as you move up to this space, this vibrational frequency, there's other things that are and have been in our field for a long time that are now coming into perceptibility with our physical eyes. So a lot of us are seeing light orbs. We're seeing silhouettes of individuals. It looks like a glow around a person, but perhaps not exactly seeing the person inside, just barely out of focus somehow. As well as other things, these cool creepy crawlies. I've heard somebody refer to it as it's like a spider web or a network of roots, small roots at the base of a tree or something like that. And they're colorful and they're just small. They're giddy and they pop around, and they're beautiful. There's a lot of other things too. Those are some of the main experiences, as well as the peripheral vision stuff. You know, a lot of us are getting that too, where you see something, you know it's not bad. You can feel it with your heart, the energy of whatever it is. But we still find ourselves to be startled enough that once we look over, we're unable to see them. And I think a lot of that has to do with the moment of startlement brings us to that lower vibration just for a moment, long enough to pull us away from that vibration to just actually see the thing or the individual that is present. So a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Food stuff, a lot of us are having unplanned fasting right now. Unplanned fasting meaning that you just, are just without appetite, and over time, skip a meal or two, and then you once you look back and realize it might have been quite a while since you've eaten. And that's perfectly okay, as long as you're, being sure that you're healthy and you're okay. If you have any kind of blood sugar related illness of any kind, please be responsible. There's something else I've been doing for quite some time called intermittent fasting, and that means I just don't eat for about 16 to 18 hours a day. It longer usually. It just depends on what's going on. For the longest time, I required myself to eat breakfast, but I was always ill after for a few hours. And then finally giving myself permission to not eat that meal, then it becomes easier to not have lunch. And so now I just eat at dinner time, really. And a little after as well. And along with that, noticing omission of foods. I came on as a carnivore, and now I don't eat any kind of meat. There have been bursts over the past few months where a desire for meat actually has come into my experience, as well as others I've talked to, some that had been full-on vegan for many, many years. All of a sudden, their body was craving meat. Learn the language of your body. A lot of us have learned a way to ignore the language of our body. I'll eat this and make sure I have an antacid that I can take afterward. I'll just suffer through this. My body will get used to it again. Starting to take the time to listen and to respond accordingly. For my body had been ignored, a neglected child for quite some time, and I'm trying to rebuild a trusting relationships with my body. And so as my body speaks to me, I try to observe and listen the best that I can. A lot of times we find ourselves having weird cravings as a result. things that we used to love to eat regularly are just no longer palatable, completely grossing us out in some cases. Other kind of body stuff, we're noticing certain pains in particular organs. That's our body saying, here's some emotional stuff, right, that needs to be looked at. Are you in a position to be able to do so? It's like a tickly energy experience, not on our skin anymore. Like, we were noticing things touching, and that's still happening, but there's this tickling around your immediate auric field in this space that echoes, right? And there's a tickling. It's really a lovely experience. There's other kind of tickling and tingling experiences, but that's more physical related. And in those spaces, a lot of us are having these tingling sensations, and then finding, after waking or a time of rest, noticing that areas that had been damaged or hurt at some point in your life has suddenly begun a rapid healing process. And that's really cool. A lot of the eye headaches and just the headaches in general, fleeting. That is the most important part of this. Is it's severe enough to feel like a migraine if it lasted any length of time. It comes in a burst. Occasionally there's a duller one that will linger, and that happens to be behind my third eye. It's a dull, it's actually behind all three eyes truly, and there's just that, and then it fades away. It's extreme exhaustion too, like so tired, and it's not simply a deep tiredness due to having this lack of sleep. There's just a different kind of tired, deep tired. It doesn't feel bad. It's simply beds are beckoning, there's a lot of this energetic bloating, and so it's not just energetic. We're also having this physical, visual representation of this, and this is around your base, your trunk, your body, just having like just all of this like Buddha belly almost experience, even if you don't perceive it physically with your eyes. It's there, like there's this, and we're having this upgrade experience with our sacral chakra, with our manifestation space that we'd never really truly had access to before. And it's not just Buddha belly. We're having other pregnancy-like symptoms, fluttering, feeling like there's someone jumping around in your belly, as well as these interesting mood swings and things that happen with pregnancy. Again, a lot of this is not just for women, it's for men as well. I would say that that's the most validating stories I've heard, is that those coming from men. There's truly no explanation for that except for what's occurring for so many of us. Smell sensitivity as well as sound sensitivity. Just everything just sounds louder. Taste sensitivity. Noticing a foul flavor in things, even in the air, and it as well as smelling it. Just noticing things that other people aren't noticing. It's been fun to compare notes for that. The throat chakra stuff is a pretty big deal for all of us. We really are, a lot of us, in this throat chakra space. If you're in your heart chakra, you're also usually in your throat chakra, or working on those two chakra spaces. And so there's a lot of this area of your body being affected, physically. Teeth shifting, dental trauma requiring medical intervention for such. Weird stuff with the sinuses, with the jaw, with the chin, noticing popping and twitching and weird, uncomfortable stuff. Some buzzing, hearing a trill like buzzing coming from your jaw. Like, actually, it's not disruptive. It's just hearing your jaw. And a lot of that is that throat chakra coming online. As a way to assist you through that is to join one of these Zoom meetings. Our next meeting is on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just a bunch of people gathering together so we can speak our truth. and help us through this throat chakra activation experience. Having been hindered for so many years, so many lifetimes, so many experiences and existences, it's really a healing thing to allow that truth to come out, because after we do allow it to unfold, the amount of unfolding that occurs after that is amazing and rapid and beautiful. These Zoom meetings are not recorded or aired anywhere. It's just a beautiful place. So I hope to see you there. And time slippage is really what it is we're moving we're existing in two places. Speaking of these energetic spaces, the frequencies, right? We're here and we're here. And as we're pulling through, it's really, time does not translate to any other of these places there, these experiences we're moving to. And so it's a pull, you know. A day is an hour or 20 minutes sometimes. It's so. And then there are times when you're in that stillness, that 0 point place, that time speeds up. Like, I'll return after having a 5-hour experience, and it's been moments, literally. Like, and this disorientation result and all this weird peak, it's not buzzing in the ear, it's not ringing in the ear, it's a trill, it's an energy. It's new for me. As these things come through, notice them and allow them to be. However, also please know that that's not you. You know, that you're not the one that's in that depression that's coming through right now. You're not the one that's feeling that fear or that panic or that anxiety. And send love to it. And as we send that love out, not only do we improve our experience, but we're improving all of the experience around us and all of the experience before us. It's beautiful. Thank you for your service. I am sending you so much love. Please don't give up. I know this feels kind of hard right now. It feels kind of dense, sticky. We're okay. Welcome to the grand shift. Aho blessings.